and welcome back to my channel. I'm very happy to have you here, guys. So today I will be trying out some new fragrances from Asdaaf. Not new on the market, guys, new to me. From Asdaaf, the only fragrance that I have in my collection, like full bottle of, is Ding Ding Majd al Sultan. That one, I love it. I know a lot of you love it. That one, guys, I think is like my number one most purchased recommendation. And I think it is the one that I got the most good feedback out of on whatever. You get my point. But yes, that one, guys. Here I have 4 fragrances that I will be trying out here with you. I mean, it's not the first impression because I've already tested them on my skin, but I will be trying out them again on camera with you, and I will share my thoughts about them. So I will review today Golden Oud, I will review Majd, I will review Yaqeen, and I will review Terhaal. From Asdaaf, I also have, guys, the Princess of Arabia and the Prince of Arabia, and I will be reviewing them, but I want to do like a for her and for him video for those two. So if you're interested in those, just so you know, the review will be up. Here I have the 4 decants of them, and yeah, like I said, I will start with Golden Oud. And this one, guys, if you look it up, most likely you will see that it has listed caramel, amber, woody notes, and some resinous notes. Right from the start, guys, this is not a unique fragrance. If you've tried all of these fragrances here, then you know what this one smells like. Guys, especially like if you've tried Oud al Sayad, they're almost identical, but this one in the dry down is getting darker and darker, while this one is getting brighter. That's the only difference. But this is very sweet. You get a full dose of sticky sweet caramel. With amber, you get the warmth, you get the dense aspect from the amber. Yeah, so basically, guys, this is very sweet, like sticky sweet caramel mixed with amber, mixed with some resinous notes. This is dense, this is warm, this is sweet, this is very sweet, guys, basically. This one, among all the others, I feel like this one, it's not as heavy on oud as Oud al Sayad, but it is as sweet, as dense, as warm, as rich, and plus it has like a note of rose. I don't know if rose is listed among the notes, but I do get a beautiful smell of rose. Think of like a quite bright but still very dense and sweet red rose, not very dark. If you don't have any of the other fragrances that I have mentioned so far, this is actually a good fragrance. But if you already have a few of those, I don't know if you actually need this one in your collection. Personally, I prefer this one because this one has a heavier dose of oud, while the oud in this one is lighter. Because of this very sweet, like sticky sweet caramel touch, I feel like this would actually work way better in the colder months. Or if you live in places where, like in summer, it's like hot, but like moderate hot. If you live in places that's very hot and humid, I think this might be a little bit bothering. In terms of performance, guys, it didn't blow me away. I would say that it's average. But keep in mind, guys, that with samples, I cannot like do my usual over spring routine, you know, because I would finish the sample in like few wears. Yeah, on my skin I get around 3 to 4 hours with this one. But about production, I don't know what to tell you because I've only been testing them on my skin for the review, you know, I haven't been wearing them out or anything. Now, because of the sweetness, to me it is a bit more feminine, but so let's move on to the next one. The next one, guys, is Majd by Asdaaf. I have smelled this one prior in the shop once, so I was already familiar with the scent, but now that I have a decant of it, I was able to play a bit more with this one. I really like this fragrance. It is very dark, it is very heavy, it is very dense, leather fragrance. But what I like about it is that this is a cold take on a leather fragrance, meaning that this fragrance doesn't have any warmth to it. It's very cold. If I were to describe it in 2 words, I would say that this one is cold and opulent. Basically, guys, to me this is a cold, dense, dark leather incense fragrances with some fruity nuances, but like very slight fruity nuances. Those fruity nuances are there to just bring a bit of brightness and a bit of sweetness to a very cold and dry fragrance. As you see it on my skin, guys, it gets smokier and smokier. But I really enjoy this fragrance because I like leather. Now, to me, this is not the most wearable leather fragrance out there, so if you're not really into leather, I don't think you would enjoy this one. I mean, you really have to love the accord of leather in fragrances to be able to appreciate this fragrance, because otherwise I don't think you would find this one enjoyable. This one reminded me of another fragrance that I have tried, again from Lattafa, guys, because Asdaaf is like a sub-brand of Lattafa, but that one I think it was from Verve, if I'm not mistaken, again another sub-brand of Lattafa. That one was called Craft Noir. So if you've tried Craft Noir, or if you have Craft Noir, just so you know, they're very similar, but this one is more smoky and a bit more challenging. The other one was a more pleasant take on leather, a more safe option for those who want to start out with leather fragrances but still want their fragrances to be heavy on the leather. Now this one is for the leather lovers. The leather here, guys, it's a bit smoky, it's dry, I would say that it's cleaner than other leather fragrances that I have tried. It's not like in that one from Montal, the leather oud one, I forgot how that one is called, I think Oud D'Arabi or something. It's not like that one stinks. This one doesn't stink. This one is more wearable. This one again is like the leather here, guys, it reminds you a bit of like the smell of like a fresh leather bag or something, but just a hint, it's not that smell. To me, this is a unisex that leans more on the masculine side because it's very dry, it's very in your face, it's smoky, it doesn't have any feminine touch to it, but you could always layer this one with something to make it a bit more feminine. I think that this one actually works pretty well for layering because it has a very neutral scent profile, you know, meaning that it's leather, it's smoke, and a bit of like sweet fruity touches to bring a bit of brightness to the fragrance, but besides that, that's it. Yeah, basically, guys, if I were to describe this one, I would say that it's a very cold, dry and dark leather smoky fragrances with some crisp, slight fruity nuances to bring a bit of brightness to it. That's what you get. Pretty linear if you ask me, it only gets smokier and smokier on the skin, but it doesn't change much, but I enjoy it. So guys, we started with the two more heavier fragrances, now we are moving to other two more lighter, brighter, more feminine fragrances. So I will continue with Yaqeen by Asdaaf. The bottle is absolutely beautiful. It is gold with some flowery details, and I feel like this matches how the fragrance smells. This, to me, is a soft, powdery, very delicate floral fragrance. It smells innocent to me, it's soft, it's not in your face, very feminine. It has a slight bubblegummy hint. I'm guessing that might be from a tuberose, because tuberose in fragrances can either give you that granny vibe or that bubblegum vibe, or they can smell pretty clean and modern, but whatever. I feel like it has a slight bubblegummy touch. This makes me think of cream feathers, meaning that it's very soft. This is usually the kind of fragrance that I call like feathery fragrances because they're like a touch of scent on your skin. They mix very well with your skin. It's almost like it's how your skin smells, you know? Yes. Now I actually really enjoy this one. Definitely not what I would typically reach for, but I really enjoy this one. It's clean, it's a bit warm, it's a bit powdery, very soft, very feminine. This is for sure the kind of fragrance that stays closer to your skin. It's more of an intimate scent. This is not the fragrance you choose if you want everybody to know that you're there, you're in the room. Not at all. This to me is a fragrance that you could use for date nights because it's very intimate and feminine. You could use, I don't know, like this could even be like your everyday signature scent if you're into florals. I would say that this one is ageless. I don't think it leans too young, I don't think it leans old at all. To me, this is ageless, honestly. And this is the kind of fragrance that smells good now and it will smell good in like 10 years. I don't think this can go out of style. Yeah, overall, this is your all year round, all occasions, soft, feminine, floral fragrance. Very beautiful, guys. Very, very, very beautiful. It has a slight sweet citrusy touch to it, which makes it even more beautiful. Not fresh citrusy, sweet citrusy. It's bright without being fresh. This is not a fresh fragrance. If anything, I would say that this is very powdery, but like a good powdery fragrance. Doesn't smell like makeup at all. In terms of performance, not a beast mode, guys. But again, this was not made to be a beast mode. You could easily blind buy this one. If you don't like it, for sure, like your mother, your sister, a friend of yours will for sure enjoy it. Now, let's move on to the last fragrance, which is called Terhaal. The bottle is very pretty for this one as well. It's all black with some white details. To me, this is a fruity floral fragrance. Very heavy on tuberose. Very heavy on tuberose. Sorry guys, change of ankles. I had to stop a bit, but now I'm back. So I was talking about Terhaal. If you were to look for the notes on this one, guys, you would assume that this is a very light, bubbly, happy kind of fragrance. This has listed rose, caramel, vanilla, oud, some citrusy notes, some sandalwood, and some white florals, flowers. You get my point. Now, this one to me is a very heavy and heady floral fragrance. The note that I get the most in the opening is the tuberose, but it's almost like the tuberose has a synthetic bubblegummy touch, but also like that old school granny kind of tuberose, and you have both of these two together. Then you get the caramel that brings some sweetness to the fragrance. But yeah, the tuberose, the caramel, you have slight sweet, sharp, citrusy nuances to bring some brightness to the fragrance, but I would say that overall this is a pretty dense, heavy floral fragrance. This is not your light floral fragrance. I don't know if it's just me or not, but I almost feel like this has a slight vintagey touch to it. It's almost like they wanted to it's almost like it's a reinterpretation of a vintage fragrance, but make it modern, you know, that kind of vibe. As it sits on my skin, I get the rose, guys, but the rose is very bright and fresh, mixed with that tuberose, mixed with all the other citrusy nuances and the caramel. It might give you a touch of soapiness, but I don't think this fragrance is very soapy. Yeah, something about it makes me think mature for some reason. I don't think this one would be enjoyable for younger people, unless you have the nose, and unless you have like a passion for tuberose or like a passion for more old school vintage fragrances. Otherwise, I think this won't be your easy reach kind of fragrance, you know. And because of that vintagey vibe that I get, I don't know if this is a safe blind buy. I mean, I don't know. Yes, see, it has a slight soapy vibe now on my skin, but not much. If you've experienced fragrances with a note of tuberose, I think this will be a safe blind buy to you. If you haven't and you don't know how tuberose smells like, I don't think this will be a safe blind buy to you. I would much rather advise you to check out Yaqeen than this one. This one is beautiful. It has the potential to trigger headaches. Keep that in mind. It has the potential. It didn't trigger my headaches, but it has the potential to trigger headaches. No, it's something different, guys. I enjoy it. It's full of flavors, this fragrance. It's interesting for sure, but this won't be my easy reach. Now, because I associate it with more vintagey fragrances, I feel like you should dress up to wear this fragrance, but like I think most of you will find this one pretty casual, meaning that you could dress it up, dress it down, you know. In terms of performance, guys, this one actually lasts, and this one actually performs pretty well. I would say that on my skin this one lasts around 4 hours, which is pretty good for me, honestly, and on clothes this could easily go for like days on clothes, so go easy with a number of sprays. Now, seasons. When it comes to seasons, guys, I feel like this could easily be an all year round fragrance. You could wear it in the summer, in the winter, it doesn't matter, as long as you enjoy this fragrance DNA. I don't think this is a modern floral fragrance. Not at all. This has for sure a vintagey touch to it. Maybe it's the tuberose and the rose mixed together, I don't know, but keep that in mind. So yes, guys, this is everything I wanted to tell you. Let's do a short recap. So Golden Oud, I like it, but it's not unique. If you don't have any other fragrances who have that similar scent profile, it's worth checking out. The bottle is very beautiful, but if you already have few of those, I would say pass on that one and invest in another fragrance that smells different. Majd. Now, Majd, in my opinion, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's heavy, it's dark, it's cold, it's opulent, it's smoky, it's leathery. But I would much more prefer to smell that one on my partner than on myself. I could pull it off. It's a unisex, but I think on a man it would complement the attitude and the overall manliness a lot better than on a woman. But it's still beautiful. I enjoy it. Now, guys, Yaqeen. I think Yaqeen, between all of the fragrances, is my favorite one between these four. Simply because it's the most feminine one, and it's a floral, but it's not just a floral. It has some vanilla, it has some powdery aspects to it. It's a very, very beautiful fragrance. I have it here in my feathers and I really like to smell it. Yeah, to me, this, if you're a feminine woman, or if you're a woman who's in touch with her feminine side, you will enjoy this fragrance for sure. There's not There's absolutely nothing to not enjoy about that fragrance. If I were to buy it, most likely I would use it more as a body spray than like an actual perfume, meaning that I will go in with a number of sprays, but it's a very beautiful fragrance, very beautiful fragrance. So yes guys, this is everything I wanted to tell you. If you've tried any of these 4 fragrances, please let me know what is your experience with the fragrance. I would absolutely love to know that, and I think it would also help the people who are interested in these fragrances. So share your experience in the comment section. Also guys, follow me on Instagram if you want. I've been a little bit MIA on there, I know, but it's my final year studying for my master's degree and I work part-time, and it's a bit hard and all over the place, but I will try to be more active on Instagram as well. By the way guys, like if you write me and it takes me more than a few days to answer your comments or your messages, please don't be upset. It's just I'm in a very I have a very full program unfortunately at the moment, but I will get back to all of you, that I promise. So yes, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I want to wish you an amazing day wherever you are. Bye.